Hi folks, welcome to the weekend. I trust that you've had a good reading week and that you've managed to get around the outside of some good science fiction books. And on that subject, what have I been reading? Last weekend I finished 10,000 Light Years from Home by James Titpree Jr., of course, and this will feature in the imminent wrap-up video for August's reading, so I'm not going to dwell on it too long here. I listened to this on audiobook last Saturday whilst I was out running, and I got nearly all the way through it, and then I got stung on my head by something, and I was just too distracted by the resulting totally out of proportion pain. It made my entire skull hurt to concentrate on the final story. Still, I did better than I often do with short story collections, particularly on audiobook really. It's moving straight from one story to the next. They sort of just merge into one another. And for this one, I put in an enforced break, a mental airlock of sorts, or an earlock, just 5 or 10 minutes between each story. And actually that helped a great deal. I was able to see them much more as distinct stories. So when this collection was produced, Titpree was still a mysterious male author that no one had actually met. And I'm not too surprised that everyone was so convinced that she was a he. Aside from the name, I think her writing, which was great, was done very much from a male perspective. The characters are mainly male and they're quite horny as well in a lot of these stories. I have heard from some quarters anyway that this is not her best work. Maybe it isn't. But as an introduction to her stories, I think this worked well for me. I'm certainly looking forward to reading more of her work. Next, I read Permafrost by Alastair Reynolds, and this is a time travel tale with a difference. We're in Russia, and Reynolds opens immediately a narrative loop at the start of the novella. Valentina and Antti are on the run from something, we don't know what, and Vikram, one of their colleagues, has just been shot in the head by Valentina, and Miguel, another colleague, has just been stabbed, and in the process also stabbing Antti. Something quite exciting is going on, but we don't yet know what it is. The future is reaching back into the past in the hope of preserving a solution to impending disaster, nothing less than the extinction of humanity, which by 2080 is living on diminished stocks of preserved food. Nothing is growing. And the reasons for that are gradually revealed as the novella progresses. And I think this is a great example of a time travel tale with well thought through paradoxes and considers too what happens if the even more future also reaches back and tries to interfere with the future's plans. The manner of time travel is interesting without giving anything away. It might remind you of Altered Carbon by Richard Morgan, and I enjoyed the resulting confusion and conflict that the method generates. And I also enjoyed the way that the paradoxes are handled, particularly when a change in the past has an effect in the future. There's a gradual rubbing out of the original timeline at a very individual level. Personal memories, things that are known, facts that have been filed away are hard to remember for a while or at first, and then are completely gone. The loop that Reynolds opens at the start is closed in satisfactory fashion at the end, and for a novella, there's a lot packed in. I really enjoyed it. Next is the Tar-Aiym Krang by Alan Dean Foster, and this is the first Alan Dean Foster book that I've read since the early 1980s. And I know that they have their fans, so I was interested to see how I got on with this. As far as I can tell, Krang here is the first of the Pip and Flinks books, of which there are several, and all of those are set along with some other stories in the Humanx Commonwealth setting, which is the setting for many of Foster's books. This book features Flinks, who is a sort of beggar boy urchin type character on a backwater planet. And he can handle himself and he knows his way around, and he gets caught up with a couple of mysterious people who want a tour guide, and he offers to do that for a fee, of course. And he ends up going on an interstellar voyage with them to find the mysterious Krang, which is on a planet, the map for which he conveniently found earlier in the book. And so they end up on this long journey, and they get to this mysterious planet, which has got some alien relics on it, and something mysterious called the Krang, which is either a musical instrument or a weapon, depending on who you believe. And it certainly looks like a ginormous church organ, but it has other tricks up its sleeve, it turns out. My overarching reaction to this book is it was fine. It was nothing special, didn't blow my socks off, but I don't really have anything negative to say about it either. It was a pleasant way to spend a few hours. It's only a couple hundred pages, so it's a quick read. And as introduction to Pip and Flinks goes, I thought it was fine. I'm probably not in a mad... I've got several others. I'm not in a mad rush to read more, I must say. I didn't leave this one thinking, wow, I have to go straight on to the next one. It wasn't that compelling at all. And I think this is probably one of those books that if you read it when you were a teenager, and lots of people did, I didn't, then it's probably something that you have really a real soft spot for and really love. But because I'm coming to it as a grumpy 50-something-year-old man, then I certainly wasn't wowed by it. But anyway, like I say, nothing negative to say about it. It just didn't rock my world really at all. So that's everything that I've read this week. Is there anything that you've read that you particularly want to share or recommend or to tell us to avoid? Then do let us know in the comments down below. Channel stuff next then briefly. Subs are at 6,430, which if my maths is correct is up 29 on last week. And if you're one of those 29, or if you've just stumbled upon my channel for the first time today, then a huge welcome to you all. My name is John and I focus on collecting, reading and waffling on about science fiction books, old and new. I normally do a comment of the week this point, but actually I'll confess I'm recording this in a rush on Thursday evening because I'm away for the weekend and I haven't had the chance to look through all the comments and decide which is my favourite. So we'll skip that feature for this week and we'll pick it up again next week. What was on the channel during the week? Well, on Sunday there was the TBR selection video for September. A monthly production with, let's call it, niche appeal. It regularly gets about 1,000 views, which always surprises me because it's essentially just me staring indecisively at my shelves with a bit of help from the Dice of Destiny. But I enjoy doing the video. I always look forward to the books that I end up selecting from my shelves, and it's as good a way as any of picking what I'm going to read next. So I'm going to stick with it. And that was it. I thought I would have time to get another video out during the week, but that just hasn't happened. Like I said before, I'm just a bit short of spare time at the moment. On the book buying front, it's been a busy week. Just today I went at lunchtime to a local Oxfam bookshop and I didn't find much, but I did find this, which is the UK first edition of Weird Sisters by Terry Pratchett. It's not the first impression, it's like the fifth impression, but these, it seems, are fairly uncommon. It's certainly uncommon in really nice condition, and this one is. It's not something that I want to keep, but I've effectively taken a punt, bought it for £2.99 in the hope that I can sell it for considerably more than that. And I think I will easily get £25, probably a bit more for it. But let's see. But what else has been going on? I've taken delivery of my Lucky Dip order from Newcom Press for 15 books, 5 of which it turned out were duplicates. And that was always a risk, given that I do have a fair few of their books already. I've actually already arranged a swap of one of those, though. So there will be a total of 11 of those 15 that are additions to my shelves. So it wasn't too bad in the end. There's been a bit of a gamble on the world of books, first one for ages, with the, unfortunately, the usual mixed results. I bought also a couple of best of books by 2 different Ians, coincidentally, both lovely PS publishing editions, but only one of those has arrived so far, the other one's still on its way, and there have been a few other bits and bobs as well. And actually, in breaking news, and not long before recording this, the 10-book Lucky Dip offer from PS Publishing that I made a few weeks ago has also just arrived. I haven't actually peeked yet, so I'm yet to know if there's any duplicates among those. I'm saving the unboxing of that for the haul video. Talking of which, the to-be hauled pile is currently 42 books, which is quite a substantial amount, and I will record the September haul video as soon as a few more of the inbound books turn up. Let's take a quick look ahead. On Sunday there will be August's reading wrap-up, and I half thought that I might get that out during the week, but as I said, I remembered that I'd be away for the weekend and unable to produce anything else for its usual Sunday slot. So the wrap-up will appear, therefore, on this coming Sunday at the usual sort of time. I've all the prep done for the time travel video, and I might even have recorded it by the time you see this video. That will appear at some point in the next week or two. Next weekend, the 14th, I think it is, the Sunday, there will be the September's haul video that I've mentioned. And I have a couple of author overviews in mind as well, a look at their bibliography. And both of those will require a bit of research and some thoughts. They might not appear for a few weeks yet. Let's take a quick look at what I should be reading. I'm about halfway through The Wilding by Ian MacDonald, which is on my planned TBR pile for the month. I really like Ian MacDonald's writing. This is a little bit different. It's more folk horror than science fiction, but it's an easy read, and I think I'll finish that pretty promptly, probably before the weekend even. And then on audiobook, I'm currently listening to Time Like Infinity by Stephen Baxter, of course, and this is not on my planned list. I'm skiing off piste a little bit here. I don't know, I'm listening to it, so I don't know how far. I'm probably a quarter of the way through, perhaps, so the story's beginning to take shape, but I don't really know what's going on yet. After that, I will probably read the Ofahuki Hotline, or however you pronounce it, by John Varley, and after that, we'll just see how I get on. As always, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and until next time, bye for now.